We are going to read another fable called The Dog and His Reflection. Do you know what a reflection is? When a person looks in a mirror or another shiny object, the image that is seen is called a reflection. Is a reflection a real person? Listen to the fable about a dog who sees his reflection. A fable is a short story with a lesson. Listen carefully to be able to identify the moral in this fable. Feast, a big meal. The example, a king invited 100 people to the royal feast. Feast. Once upon a time, a big dog was trotting through the streets, feeling very fine because the butcher had given him a juicy bone. The dog held his head up high and his tail very stiff, and he looked neither to the left nor to the right. All the little town dogs ran behind him, barking and saying, "Please, please, let me smell your bone." But the big dog hurried on and would have nothing to do with the hungry little town dogs. The big dog would not think of sitting down to enjoy his bone. If he did that, some of his friends might come along, and then he would have to share his feast with them. The big dog did not want to share. "I will bury my bone," said the dog. "I will bury it along the way from here, where none of the other dogs can find it, and then someday I will dig it up and eat it." So the big dog hurried on until he left the town behind him. Soon he came to a clear, fast-running stream. A stream is a small river, with a bridge across it. "On the other side of the stream will be a good place to bury my bone," said the big dog. He started along the bridge with the bone clutched tightly in his teeth. No sooner did he set foot on the bridge than he looked down and saw, running along on top of the water, another big dog with another bone in its mouth. The big dog stopped running, and the dog in the water stopped too. The big dog started walking again, and the dog in the water started too. The big dog put on a fierce look and turned his head to face the dog in the water. The dog in the water turned to face him in precisely, or exactly, the same way, with a very mean look on his face. "This will never do," said the big dog. "I am going to take the bone away from him." What do you think is happening? Are there really two dogs, one on top of the bridge and one in the water? So the big dog opened his mouth wide to take the other dog's bone, but there was no dog in the water at all. What the big dog had seen was only his own reflection. When he opened his mouth, his bone went splash into the stream, and the current carried it away forever. So the moral of this story is, if you are greedy, you may lose everything. Greedy means wanting more than you need. Does the dog get what he wants at the end of the fable? What is the dog excited about at the beginning of the fable? What does the dog decide to do with the bone? Why? In the fable, the dog crosses a stream on a bridge. What happens while he is crossing the bridge? What is a fable? What is the moral or lesson in this fable? Who is greedy in this fable? What does he lose? Is this story real or make-believe? How do you know?